Olá, bem-vindos a mais uma das nossas Conversas Vadias. Hoje temos connosco a Fabienne Lassalle, que é uma ativista, fundadora da SOS Méditeterranée, um grupo de pessoas que se constituiu numa organização não governamental, alugando barcos para salvamento de migrantes e refugiados em perigo no mar Mediterrâneo. Esta é uma organização que tem estado muito ativa, mesmo quando os governos se vão demitindo das suas funções. Por isso, hoje vamos dar a vez e a voz a Fabienne Lassalle para que nos explique como tudo começou e qual o trabalho que estão a desenvolver e também as múltiplas dificuldades e os grandes desafios que a União Europeia enfrenta neste momento, quando se trata de fazer face à busca e ao salvamento de pessoas em desespero no mar, dentro destes movimentos migratórios que vão acontecendo e que são naturais, porque a história da humanidade é feita de movimentos migratórios, por vezes mais intensos, por vezes menos intensos, muitas vezes provocados por situações de grandes fomes, de miséria, e também muito provocados pela guerra, e esse é o grande tema que nos traz aqui hoje. Fabienne, I was talking about SOS Méditerranée, explaining in Portuguese the meaning of your work, but I would like to hear from you how it started, this experience. You are one of the founders of the SOS Méditerranée. How things started, and telling us what is your story with SOS Méditerranée.
First of all, thank you very much for inviting me today. And I will let you know about the creation of the start of SOS Méditerranée, which is a European search and rescue organization, a European one, I insist on that, created in 2015. And why 2015? What happened at that period? There was this terrific bearable shipwreck in 2013, just next to Lampedusa, where more than 360 people died. And that was a real shock in Italy. And Italy, the government of Italy, decided to set up a very large search and rescue operation named Mare Nostrum, which lasted just 1 year between 2013 and 2014, and where those people rescued more than 150,000 people. But after a year, Europe decided that could not continue and that Italy should stop this operation. And they refused, the other government in Europe, to help Italy to finance the operation. And that's why Mare Nostrum stopped at the end of 2014. And that is exactly when European citizens decided that it was not possible and that they will do and that we have to do what states are not doing, while it is their responsibility to assist people in distress. And so it's just a couple of European citizens who decided to set up the organization SOS Méditerranée. There are two co-founders, a European humanitarian, French humanitarian, Sophie Beau, together with a German captain of a merchant ship, Klaus Vogel, and we decided to set up this organization, and with three objectives: to charter a ship in order to conduct a search and rescue operation in the Central Med, which is the deadliest area in the world. We will come back on that. And to protect those people once they are rescued and once they are on board the ship, up to their disembarkation on a safe port. That's the second mission. And a third mission to testify on the drama which is ongoing in the Mediterranean Sea, and to raise public awareness on the situation which is on Europe's doorstep. And regarding myself, I joined the operation at the really beginning because I participated in the launch of the association, of the NGO. And I'm, since then, the Deputy General Director for the French Association, because, as I said, we are a European organization with 4 entities, one in France, one in Germany, one in Italy, and one in Switzerland. And since March 2016, which is the date of our first operation in the Mediterranean, up to now, it's already 37,023 people, men, women, and children that we were able to rescue and save from death.
Yes, it's an unbelievable work that these organizations are doing, substituting the states and work that the states should do, taking into account the maritime international law, because states have obligation to save people that is in distress in sea. So, but looking to the situation at this moment, and on the last days, we were confronted with many news about boats, vessels that are near some countries. Italy is one of the cases, and don't having access to ports to disembark the people that was saved on the sea. What is your evaluation about the situation at this moment, and what is your view of what is the solution to overcome this situation that is in place for many years? We are during this. You talked that the SOS Méditerranée started at 2015, saved thousands of people. And we are still, past all this time, still facing this situation, and many people died. We are still very reluctant in achieve a sustainable solution and a clear solution for this problem. What is your view?
About the current situation, probably it's important to underline that it's not, unfortunately, a new situation. For example, this right now we had to face lately the close of the port in Italy, but it wasn't the first time. We already faced such a situation in 2018, and since 2018, the situation is deteriorating. Is deteriorating in the Mediterranean for 3 reasons. First, we have a real lack of assets in the area, in the Mediterranean, and especially in the central Mediterranean, to conduct SAR operation. Because state vessels have definitely left the area. Before, we still had the Italians coming around and doing a search and rescue operation. We had Frontex trying to pursue the smugglers, and which were around with some vessels and were able to rescue people. Unfortunately, since 2018, there is no more state vessel, and no more Frontex ships as they were avoiding the Central Med, first of all. So the only ships we remained in the area are NGO ships or a couple of merchant ships, but that's not enough to face the disaster and the people we need to be rescued. Second, we face a lack of coordination of operation, which is absolutely vital, because if you don't have maritime authorities which is coordinating which is able to receive the distress call and send it to NGO ships or ships which are in the vicinity of the distress case, people won't be rescued. And since 2018, again, Europe kind of forced Libya to take over the responsibility of the coordination of the area we are talking about. Before that, before 2018, it was Italy taking this responsibility and organizing the coordination of SAR operation. But since Libya took the responsibility, it's not working anymore. So we are facing a big black hole where we cannot see anything, where when we're trying to operate, we are not coordinated. And that's a real disaster. And third reason of the situation deteriorating, it's the absence, what we are facing now, of a predictable and sustainable mechanism for the relocation of rescued people, which of course would facilitate the disembarkation. And that's why countries such as Italy is reluctant to open ports, because they have no certainty of what will happen with those people rescued and if they are going to stay on their shore. And without such a mechanism, it cannot work. While, according to the law of the sea, it should be immediate. I mean, since you have rescued people, a captain is taking the responsibility of a SAR operation. And when he decides to rescue, he is compelled to rescue anybody who is in distress at sea. But once he welcomes those people on his ship, he should be helped by the maritime authorities on shore to give him promptly a shore and a port where he can disembark those people on a safe place where those people will be taken care and where those people will be able to ask for asylum if needed. And that doesn't work anymore because the countries and the maritime authorities do not give such port to those captains. And that's what we had to face very recently, last week, where we had to wait for 21 days with 234 people on board before getting a port where to disembark the rescued people. And because we were close to Italy, to Malta, of course, we first asked those countries for a safe port that they refused to provide us. And we had to wait. And finally, we took the direction of, after asking also to other countries like France, like Greece, like Spain, at the end of the day, we came up to France, where we were finally designated the port of Toulon in France, which is very far from the area where we did the rescue operation, and which is absolutely not a solution.
Your answer is taking us to another question, and a question that is linked with the plan that was announced last week. Plan that talk about the coordination of certain search and rescue operations. And do you consider that this plan has the potential to resolve this problem? Is a plan with the 20 measures announced, linked with not only the search and rescue, but also with relocation, voluntary solidarity. That is something that is quite strange for me, because the solidarity is one of the principles of EU. It's inscribed in our treaties, and by that should be obligatory, not for option. It's not for option. It's something that is in our DNA as EU. But what do you think about this plan and the solutions that this plan is offering? It's really a solution for the problems that we are facing now?
First of all, this is an action plan proposed and which has to be discussed. At the moment, it's just a proposal, and we know that today the Ministry of Interior of the different countries are gathered to discuss this action plan. So we are really interested to know what will come out of those discussions. But from what we've seen from the proposal presented by the European Commission, the plan, the way it's written at the moment, is not addressing the problem we are facing. First, as I said before, assets. They are not proposing additional assets and state asset vessels to rescue people. So no answer on that problem. Coordination. What are they going to propose? Libya, we just mentioned, is not fulfilling its duty, is unable to fulfill its duty as a maritime organization. The Coast Guard, they are not trained and they are not able to answer. They do not pick up the phone to answer when ships or NGO ships are calling them. Or if they pick up the phone, they do not speak English. They receive the distress call, but they do not send it to the NGO vessels. So there is no coordination, even before, even or after. And even if they would answer and pick up the phone and try to coordinate the operation, they are not in capacity to propose a safe port for the rescued people, because Libya cannot offer a safe port. This country is in a total chaos and is not having any safe port. So we know that Libya now is not the solution for coordination. So what we could expect, yes, maybe Frontex can give more help, which is not doing at the moment. Frontex has a plane received distress call, but is not sending those distress calls to NGO ships. So it could definitely improve on that sense, the coordination, if it wants to do it and not focus only on border control, but be really involved in search and rescue operation. That could be a real plus. And we would expect also Frontex to have also ships and not only planes on that subject. And regarding relocalization, which is a very important subject also, as mentioned, and those solidarity mechanism, I hope it will function at some point. But at the moment, and it's not the first time that we are trying to have a solidarity mechanism. There was one decided first in 2019, named the Malta Agreement, where already a couple of European states were proposed to relocate some people on their country. But it has disappeared during COVID and was not resumed after. We have also this solidarity mechanism discussed and signed by almost 20 countries in June during the French leadership of European
Council.
But it has been signed. But what about the implementation? What happened really? it was discussed and signed that nearly 10,000 people should be relocated on those countries. After a couple of months, do you know how many people have been really relocated? 100 in all those countries. And for France, it's 38. So it's not functioning. It's not implemented, even if it has been signed in June. So I hope a new system will be decided, but please focus on implementation and make it work. So we are expecting a lot on that. We're not very sure that it will work, but we have no other choice. As you mentioned, it's a moral and a legal duty that we do have as European countries. We cannot escape for that. We cannot lay those people in front of our borders dying, just like we're doing for so many years. It's our responsibility. We have to do it. And we know that it is possible. For example, relocation. What happened recently? Europe was able to welcome hundreds of thousands of refugees coming from Ukraine, which is wonderful. I'm really happy with that. It just means that it is possible. We can do it.
Yes, we saw that we can do it because we opened our doors for millions of people that crossed the border from Ukraine, fleeing from war. And we have and we are still having a very good answer to that need. And if we are open and available and capable to do this must show us that we are capable to receive also 100,000 in our borders that are coming from the other regions with other origins. And how you see this difference between the answer that we are giving as countries, as EU, united to these people that is coming, and is very good, and we need to continue to give this answer to the people that is coming from Ukraine, and the difference when people come from other origins. How you see this different approach?
Yeah, I just can see that at the moment there are different approaches. I'm not going to comment on that, on the reason why it is easier on one side more than the other. But just to mention that it's not an absence of possibilities. We are capable, and we did it. And on the Mediterranean, there is our law. The law of the sea is very clear, and all those countries, our European countries, have signed all those convention treaties, and so they do have to respect the law. And it's, as I said, a legal and moral duty that we do have. So we have to do it, and it's not so huge that we would not be able to assume it.
Yes, it's really our duty. Thank you, Fabienne, for your so strong and clear message to everyone. It's our duty, it's our obligation, and we must do it. We must find a solution. Obrigada a todos e a todos que nos seguiram nesta conversa vadia, desta vez sobre a situação que se vive no Mediterrâneo, com embarcações em busca de um porto seguro para atracar e países que possam acolher aqueles que fogem da miséria extrema ou fogem da guerra e procuram em solo da União Europeia uma possibilidade de permanecer vivos e de viver com dignidade e segurança, algo que todos nós buscamos. E também uma oportunidade de sublinhar mais uma vez que é nossa obrigação, não é apenas uma opção, é uma obrigação que todos os países assumiram ao assinar diversos tratados e diversas convenções internacionais. E é dentro desta lógica que temos que atuar, procurando construir uma verdadeira política de migração e asilo, uma política com rosto humano, assente nos valores humanistas que guiam a União Europeia. Obrigada a todas e a todos. Até uma próxima Conversa Vadia.